life itself a work of fiction.
Oh, right.
Like this is too convenient. The story is all playing out.
Oh, fuck.
That so much of it seems so bizarre, and so much of it seems so fake. And you know, speaking of Breitbart, he's the one who busted Andrew Weiner for showing his cock. You know, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like these wars, this economy, Occupy Wall Street rising up, just as you're getting older. Just as your body's slowly starting to slow down, and you're checking your heart for weird things every now and then, and meanwhile everything's picking up overseas. Dum 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 dum. There's more war, and then we might go to war with Iran. Ooh, it's almost like as your life becomes more and more complex and reaches the inevitable end, your story is getting more and more complicated. Your story is getting more and more involved. Your story, the story of the world that you live in, this work of imagination that whoever the fuck is hearing this has created, and each one of us has created our own little version of it, and they're all intertwined inexorably in some just crazy meshy matrix of reality and thinking and love and peace and anger and bullshit, and all intertwined together, just signals, just ones and zeros flying around through fucking space. And as you get further and further along, your version of it just gets more and more fucked. The point where you can't drink the water anymore, and the sky's fucking brown, and pollution, and earthquakes, and war, and krakens. Krakens. They found evidence of a kraken. They believe that at one
nest
point in
of
time,
dinosaur bones.
Yeah, they believe at one point in time there was a giant motherfucker of an octopus. That was just. They have fossils of imprints of giant. Suction cups. It's one of the things that led them to believe this, and the dinosaur graveyards that were clearly arranged the same way octopuses arrange, or octopi arrange their kill. Yeah, and so they think that, you know, the idea that sailors are always afraid of the kraken, that might have been a real animal at one point in time, but it was a soft-tissued animal like an octopus is. So when it's gone. It doesn't leave any evidence.
So you think that that's novelty? That's like McKenna's novelty. Stuff like that popping up is like, because McKenna talked about how
I'm thinking that this whole thing might be someone's imagination. It might be your imagination. It might be my imagination. It might be a combination of everyone's imagination. I mean, things are real. There's real laws to this life. There's weird, but it operates like a work of fiction.
Well, it does kind of seem like that. It does seem like, you know, like you'll run into somebody, like sometimes you'll run into someone that you haven't seen in a long time, and you've thought about them, and it just the odds of running into them are
but you know, people will quote statistics, and people will try to talk you out of thinking that way, and they'll tell you, well, I went through my entire life and I'm real, and you didn't just think me up, and I have a memory of my childhood, and I'm really good at football, and I learned how to play that over years and years of hard work, so I'm not a part of your fucking imagination, pal. I'm a real person. You might be a part of your own imagination. You might be creating your thing with your imagination as I create mine with mine, and they intertwine. It's not either or.
You know what this reminds me of, and stop me if I've already said this before, but did I ever talk about the idea of what would happen if the universe suddenly gained consciousness out of nothingness? Did I ever talk about this idea I had? I was tripping. It's like, because I was thinking, like, okay, what would happen if the universe woke up all of a sudden? Nothing was here. It was nothingness, pre-Big Bang conditions, right? Universe wakes up. Pure consciousness, pure fucking consciousness, no differentiation, just consciousness, just pure awareness, right? No body, but infinitely conscious of itself, completely aware. Now, I was thinking like that, the initial reaction to that sense of being aware that you're nothing, that you're nothingness, it's this weird resonance. It would create horror, is what it would do. It would create this anguished terror from waking up and realizing you're here, you're some primordial thing, and then that terror would be...
I don't get it. Why?
Well, it's like, imagine...
Why would that be terror, especially if you don't have a body and you have no ego? Where's the terror?
The terror comes from this idea came to me when I was thinking, like, what would happen if something fucked up and my consciousness got trapped in like a table or something like that? You know what I mean?
Oh my God, how high were you?
I was tripping. I was on LSD, and I was thinking, because I was looking at, this is when I was in science class, and I still remember I was tripping in high school. I had my head in my arms, and I was looking at the fucking table, and for a second it felt like my consciousness had shifted into the table and was kind of like trapped there.
But isn't that a school of thought that everything has a consciousness? I mean, we've talked about it several times that planets may very well be some sort of a superorganism that can't express itself in movement to us.